to Sandy Toe Tarot, or welcome back if you have been here before. My name is Laura, and it is a pleasure to do this video reading for you today, all about gratitude. Thanksgiving is coming up next week, and I am sure I will not have another opportunity to film before then. So in honor of Thanksgiving, this reading is going to be what you have to be grateful for now for this Thanksgiving, and what you're going to have to be grateful for in the next 30 days. This is not a timeless reading. It is for Thanksgiving this year, 2025. But if you do happen to run across this reading at some other time, there might be a message here for you. I never rule that out. I do feel like that you find the readings that are for you whenever you need to hear it. So I do have 3 piles started out here. These are the Oracle. I'll pull Tarot as I'm going through the reading, and I'll pull some other Oracle because I have an idea about how I want to do this. First of all, I will get the cards for what you have to be grateful about right now, and it could be like for 2025. What has happened for you, and what seeds are you reaping the rewards from on this Thanksgiving? But we'll just take whatever messages come actually. But what do you have to be thankful for right now? And then what's coming up in the next 30 days that would be a blessing for you that you have to be grateful for. So that is the reading. Like I said, got some Oracle, pulling Tarot as I go. I'll pull some other Oracle as I go, as it is necessary, I guess, for the reading. I do have a lot of other Oracle cards out here that I can pull if I need to, or if it becomes necessary to get some clarification or something. Just running down the piles. We got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. On pile 1 is a Citrine. On pile 2 is at least part of Aventurine. I think it might have something else in there, but definitely part of Aventurine. And on pile 3 is a Moonstone. If that is the way that you like to choose, go ahead and pick your pile. Click on that time and the timestamp below, and that'll take you directly to the reading. For those of you who like to choose based on zodiac sign, I'm going to pull 4 zodiac, or 4 for each one of these piles, and that's just another way to choose. It is not the official zodiac sign for the reading. So if you're not one of those zodiac signs and you're saying, I still want pile 2, even though that's not my zodiac sign, choose it anyway. This is just a way to pick. That's all it is. Okay, so let's see what we do have on pile 1 is Sagittarius, Taurus, Gemini, and Pisces. On pile 2, we have Aquarius, Cancer, Libra, and Scorpio. On pile 3, we have Virgo, Aries, Capricorn, and Leo. And I'm going to check these too because I always get them confused. So once again, I have gotten them confused. This is Scorpio, this is Virgo. So let's go through these again. On pile 1, we have Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, Taurus. On pile 2, we have Virgo, Aquarius, Libra, and Cancer. And on pile 3, we have Scorpio, Aries, Capricorn, and Capricorn and Leo. Okay? Sorry about the confusion. I do it all the time. You think one of these days I might learn which one is which, and I might. One can only hope, right? Okay, again, however you decide to pick your pile is the right way for you. Don't overthink it. Be intuitive about it, actually. That's always the best way. But again, that's pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Click on that timestamp in the description box below, and that will take you directly to that part in the reading, and I will see you there. We'll see what you have to be grateful for this Thanksgiving. Welcome back, pile 1. These are going to be your gratitude messages for this Thanksgiving. So pile 1 did have a Citrine on it. The zodiac signs were Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Taurus, if that's the way you chose. And if that's not one of your signs, don't worry about that. It's not the official signs for the reading or for these cards. I'll hold off on this one. I got something else planned for that. And we're going to get these oracle first. However, I might not talk too much about the oracle until we pull the tarot. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. Beautiful goddess card. You got hope. Tara is the goddess. And you got hope, star, renewed purpose. So this part of the reading is about what you have to be grateful for this Thanksgiving. With the animal, spirit of the animal, you got ram, perseverance. Oh, there's already a pattern. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. Perseverance. Beautiful, beautiful cards. That's what I love about Oracle. They're usually very pretty. Not that tarot is not pretty in its own right, but Oracle, they have so much more freedom with the art. I have not pulled these out in a long time. They're my Sedona deck, and they were speaking to me today. So you got Sugar Loaf, Allow Love. And this is the Sacred Traveler. You got Boundaries. It's a number 4, Boundaries, the Great Wall of China. Okay. Boundaries and allow love. What's going on here, you guys? So I am going to pull some tea leaf fortune because, there's so many very specific messages in the tea leaf. And with the gratitude reading, I just felt it today. This feels right. What are we fortunate about, yeah? Okay, you got a month. So you got May. I'm going to pull 3, I think, because I'm going to pull some on the second part of what's coming up to be grateful for. So I want to see what's happening. Dog barking, advice from a friend. And one more. Let's just see what else. What we have to be grateful for this Thanksgiving. For pile 1. And Rooster. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Okay. Let's dig into this a little bit. Let's dig into this tarot. See what you guys have to be grateful. We'll pull some of these, and then I'll pull some of the So Below. Tarot, Book of Shadows, So Below. This is just my standard universal weight tarot that I use in pretty much all my readings. I just am obsessed, actually. It's a 25-year obsession. 25 plus now, probably. All right, for pile 1, what do they have to be grateful for this Thanksgiving? What does pile 1 have to be grateful for? That is the question. Maybe one more? One more for pile 1? Okay, that was quick. For pile 1, the So Below tarot, what does pile 1 have to be grateful for? I think that is 4, so that was cool. That was easy. 8 of chalices or cups. The Death card. The Knight of chalices or Knight of cups, and the 8 of wands. Full steam ahead. The first thing that you have to be grateful for this Thanksgiving is doesn't that almost look alike? Isn't that that interesting? Huh. Some of you set boundaries in May that helped you through the last few months. And I do feel like that there is definitely a relationship message in here, and I'm feeling the ending of a relationship that was not healthy for you. And that's what you have to be grateful for, that you recognize that it wasn't healthy and that you were able to set the boundaries and move forward. It's been a rough year for some of you, and that's where the perseverance comes in. You guys have had to persevere because I do feel like there was confusion about this person. You really wanted this relationship to be a lot different, but it just wasn't. And sometimes, you know, that happens. I feel like that you were stuck in it. You felt stuck in it at least. And through the help of a friend, I'm feeling this friend, this like Leo energy, someone who's kind of a strong individual. And usually, I mean, this is a woman, that take it as it resonates, but this is an older woman, and in tarot that's over the age of 35. But the Queen of Wands is actually a very strong queen. She's very business minded, but she also is good with the relationships and with family too. She's kind of got it all. She's really got it together. This feels like, to me, and fire sign energy is like go, do, that kind of stuff. Very ambitious person. But it feels like this person was the one that came to you and told you something that made you look at this relationship in a very different way, because what they made you see was, first of all, I think some things that were going on, like this arrogant, boastful person. I feel like there was a lot of talk and not a lot of action. Like this person, male or female, talked a big game and said all the right things, but when it came right down to it, they were not what they said they were. They were not who they said they were, is what I think. And this person kind of helped you to see that, which caused you to, okay, so this is what they say they were. Maybe they're misrepresenting themselves a little bit. Here's what I need. I'm going to set my boundaries. And if this person can live up to it, fine. If not, game over and we're moving on. And the death card with the 8 of chalices is very clearly making a decision to move on, because it's just not enough. What you were getting in this relationship was just not enough. You are going out in search of that 9th cup. You want it all. You want the ideal relationship for you, whatever that is for you. It wouldn't be ideal maybe for somebody else, but it is for you. And you want it, and you're not willing to settle for anything less. There are 3 8s in this reading. Let me just look in my trusty Tarot in 2 Weeks book just to be sure I understand what the 8s mean. This is my book. I wrote it for beginners to help them to learn tarot and the symbols in the tarot and the meaning for the cards. It is built as a quick reference book. So if you're interested in this, send me an email at sandytoetarot@gmail.com and I will let you know how you can get a hold of it. But I said that to be dramatic. I do know what the 8s represent, but I wanted to pull this out and show you my new book. So 8s are mastery, numerology, entrepreneurship, and success. But this is kind of how the book is laid out. It shows you the numbers and their major meanings. A lot of the things in this book have multiple meanings, but we just start with the major meanings, and that's how you start reading. Just the basics, and then you can move on and learn and grow and develop. Anyway, again, if you're interested, shoot me an email, sandytoetarot@gmail.com, and I will tell you how you can get a copy of the book. But 8s are mastery, power, entrepreneurship, and success. So there are 3 8s in this reading. So there is an element here of mastery. And I feel for you guys, for what's going on in this reading, it is mastering the relationships a little bit. Actually, not a little bit, quite a bit. It's almost like this was the final lesson that you had to learn in relationships before you can move on and find that ideal. You're really, really close to the ideal. And this relationship just took you one step closer. And I think a lot of it has to do with learning how to set boundaries for yourself. The Terra is the goddess that is watching out for you right now to be sure that even though this was not good and you did have to leave it behind, that you still have hope and you keep hope alive for finding that real love, that true love. The sugar loaf is allow love. So don't lose faith. It's coming in. The real deal is coming in for you. I do feel like you're still in the phase of letting it go and resting from it. This particular relationship, the new relationship is coming probably next year, I'm guessing. But right now, it is a time to just be grateful. First of all, for your friend, that she had the guts to tell you what was going on here. Also be grateful that you did not invest any more time than you did invest. And I'm not saying some of you might have invested more time than you would have wanted. But there's also a gratitude that you didn't invest more time. That you found out now that this is not going to work because it's just not your ideal. That's it. It's just not what you want in a relationship. He's definitely still out there. I love this. You're giving it a rest. You're giving the dating a rest for a little bit, but you got the Knight of Chalices or the Knight of Cups here that is ready to come in when you're ready. And look at this. Not only are you resting from this relationship, but she is also in a resting period. It's like, all right, I'll wait. I got time. I got time to let pile 1 recuperate from this relationship, figure out what they really want, put those wishes out into the universe, keep that hope alive for the ideal relationship. I got time to sit here and relax. Look, I'm daydreaming about her, her/him, whoever this person is. They're just out there waiting for you, and they're more than happy to wait until you're ready for them. It has that element of divine timing in it for sure. It's going to happen when you've healed and you're ready to move on, and you don't have to worry about them moving on without you. They're not going to do that. Don't worry about it. What is for you will never pass you by. They're there. They're waiting for you to be ready for them. Wow. What a message. I did not expect that, actually. Very succinct. Very interesting, very good message. I like it. So you do have a lot to be grateful for. Now we're going to find out what you will have to be grateful for in the next 30 days. So just the only oracle that we're pulling is this, the Adelita of Water. This is an herb crafter's tarot. So Ocotillo, I don't know what that herb is, but these are beautiful cards. So in this particular deck, the Adelitas are the warriors, or kind of like the knights in the universal weight tarots. But this is the water, so that's the cups, right? That's the emotions. And I have to read this to you. The Adelita of Water says, you cannot make this stuff up. Protect your heartwood, but let your love blossom. Strong boundaries create healthy relationships. Give your whole heart to your cause. Is that not what we were just talking about? What you have to be grateful for this year? It feels like what's coming up in the next 30 days. Let's see how it relates to that. But I just had to tell you that, because that's just too much of a coincidence, right? All right, what does pile? Oh, I want to get 3 of these. So let's get 3 of the tea leaf fortune too. All right, so show us what pile 1 has to be grateful for in the next 30 days. What's coming up? What blessing is coming up that we're going to be grateful for? Feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. All right. What else for pile 1? Cracked cup. Dissatisfaction with life. Let's get one more. Leg. Stepping into a new experience. Okay. Pull a few cards here and see what you have coming up in the next 30 days. A blessing that you have coming up in the next 30 days that you're going to be grateful for. For pile 1, what's coming up you're going to be grateful for? Got the Devil, the Queen of Swords, the 7 of Wands. Let's go one more for pile 1. How about 3? We'll take them. The Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Cups, and the Judgment card. All right, and just to get some clarifiers on this or to some additional messages, the blessing coming up for pile 1 in the next 30 days and what they have to be grateful for. I like this. Okay, so we got the Chariot. We have the Stars, which is the star card in the universal weight. We have the 9 of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles, Gemini energy. Okay, here is what is happening. So this was telling us very clearly what was happening here. This person's coming back, the one that you got clear of, that you found out some information on, that you set the boundaries with. It looks like you left the relationship. They are coming back in the next 30 days. And it's almost going to be like a testing for you, because we do have this Devil energy here. There's something about them that's very tempting and very appealing. They might have Virgo energy. They might have Capricorn energy, earth sign energy on the table for sure. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. There's something very earthy about them, which can be really sexy. There's definitely a temptation. And the message for you here from the universe is they're not being sincere here. Whatever it is that they're telling you, take a second look at it, because they're not necessarily being sincere. The blessing that you will have in the next 30 days is when this person comes in, you are able to, there's almost an exhaustion with the 9 of Wands. You're almost exhausted with it. But you are going to be able to see what is happening, and you're going to be able to sum up this relationship very clearly. You'll be able to see so clearly what has happened up to now, what they're trying to do now, what you need and what you need to do for yourself. And all of this is about you moving forward. All of this. It's like, yep, they're coming back. They're going to try to say some stuff. You're going to recognize it for what it is. You're going to stand your ground. You're going to say, no, I'm not having it. It's just not what I want. I'm actually kind of tired of this cycle that we've been in, what we've been going through. I deserve that 9th cup. I'm going to go out and search for that 9th cup. And the good news is you do. In the last part of this year, like the next month, you are coming back into the Ace of Cups. Can be a new relationship. I'm not feeling that terribly strongly for you guys, but for some of you it could be. There could actually be another person coming in here with more stable energy about them. Very solid person, male or female, but this is a king, so it's reading as a male. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a knight. Could be either one, male or female, coming in here. So it could be an actual real relationship. Now this is slow moving energy, so if they do come in within the next 30 days, this relationship's not going to take off and start running within the next 30 days. It's going to be slow moving energy building over time. A lot of times this will be, and I definitely feel this with what's been going on for you guys in the last year, this is a emotional renewal for yourself. It is a healing and it's a renewal. And this happens a lot of times when you go through a breakup and you go through that period, and sometimes it can take a long time, a period of mourning where you mourn the loss of the relationship, not only the loss of the relationship, the hopes and dreams that you had for your future based on that relationship and where you thought it was going. All of a sudden, okay, we're not going in that direction anymore. So it's the loss of more than the person, but definitely you've been going through that and you've been feeling it. And in this last 30 days, you're actually coming out of that phase and going into a phase where it's like, okay, I'm ready to start anew. I'm ready to start fresh. Not over. Don't start over, because if you start over, never say, I want to start over, because that just means you're going to go back into the same cycle. You'll just keep repeating cycles over and over and over again. So starting fresh, starting anew. You're moving forward. You're ready to move forward, not only with the Wheel of Fortune, but also with the Chariot. You might be taking a trip that kind of puts you on that path of, all of a sudden, yes, I feel good. I feel like my old self again. I feel like there are possibilities out there for love, and I am ready for that. Stars, again, keeping the hope alive. Hope, inspiration, you have all of that coming into you in the next 30 days, and that is what you're going to be grateful for. A new experience, stepping into a new experience. So I held off on these because they're manifestation affirmations. I wanted to see what was coming up for you guys so we could see what category of affirmation you need. This is it, love and relationships. It does feel like that's where we're going, that we're ready to pursue that again, or at least healing so that we can get ready to pursue it again. So I want to give you an affirmation that might help you. That is not love and romance, love and relationships. If this resonates with you, put it in your other affirmations. I'm sure you say affirmations every day. I do, and I keep them rotating. Actually, I've been doing material stuff lately, but I'm getting ready to rotate some other things in because, you got to do it every once in a while. So for you guys, I'm going to get you a love and relationship affirmation that you can maybe use in the next month to help you with this process of healing and being ready to move forward with a new experience in love and romance that looks actually pretty promising. I ain't gonna lie. All right. What affirmation for my pile ones? I accept myself and all of humanity. That is what Spirit wants you to. That definitely goes along with healing. And just getting in the right place for yourself so that you are ready for new experiences when they come along and new people when they come along. I accept myself and all of humanity. So if that resonates with you, include that in your affirmations for the next month or so. This looks really good for you guys, and I hope there was something in there for you. And I hope you have, this is just looks like one thing that you have to be grateful for this Thanksgiving. I know it's a huge thing, so I'm not diminishing it in any way, but I'm sure you have so many more wonderful things to be grateful for, or I at least hope that you have so many more wonderful things to be grateful for this Thanksgiving. Like I said, it is my favorite holiday, and it's my favorite holiday because of that, because of the premise behind the holiday itself, a time set aside for us to appreciate and reflect on the things that we have in our lives that we can appreciate and that we can be grateful for. So until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 2, these are going to be your gratitude messages for this Thanksgiving. On pile 2, we did have at least a partial Aventurine. I think it might have something else in there. It looks a little bluish. I'm not sure. Anyway, at least I think it's Aventurine, so we're going to go with that. So pile 2 has Virgo, Aquarius, Libra, and Cancer as the zodiac signs. If that is not one of your zodiac signs, please do not worry about that. It's not the official signs for the reading. It's just another way for people to pick their pile. Me personally, I like to pick with zodiac signs, so that's why I do that. So the first part of this reading is going to be what you have to be grateful for this Thanksgiving. I feel like it's probably going to be what has happened this year in the 2025 for you to be grateful for, but it could be something else. We'll see. And then the second part will be, and that's going to be for the second part, it will be what you have coming up in the next 30 days to be grateful for. I'm going to pull out the oracle first. Might not talk about it too much until I get the tarot, and we'll see what's going on with it all together. With the spirit of the animals, you got dog, friend. Today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and a friend. So some of you might have a pet to be grateful for. We'll see. These are goddess cards, and they're very beautiful. So the goddess you got is Demeter. Harvest, the divine feminine. Isn't that perfect for a Thanksgiving card? Harvest. The Sedona Oracle. I have not gotten these out in a long time, but I was drawn to take them out, so let's see what we got. You got the Lizard, the Unexpected, and the last one, Time Traveler, is number 15, and it's Focus, the Shaolin Temple in China. Your hard work is paying off. It's paid off this year. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna pull a few of these, maybe 4 or 5. We'll see how many we get. Got some that's flipped, so I'm gonna turn that over. Tell us for pile 2 what they have to be grateful for this Thanksgiving. What does pile 2 have to be grateful for this Thanksgiving? Oh yeah, that feels better. Four of Swords, Queen of Cups, and Page of Wands. What else? for pile 2? Is that it? Okay. Lots of Wands energy here. 4 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. Victory. I'm going to get some Book of Shadows So Below cards for additional messages or for clarification. It could go either way. Is that it? One more pass through. Is that it for pile 2? Anything else? This one wanted to flip up. I'm going to take it. The King of Pentacles. Or I'm sorry, Knight of Pentacles. The Death card. Okay, this is interesting. Actually, I'm going to cleanse these because these are the same cards that we got in pile 1, which is very odd. Usually that means they're in the pile 1 energy is still in there. Okay, so for pile 2, tell us what they have to be grateful for this Thanksgiving. For pile 2, not pile 1, pile 2. Pile 2. Yep. You guys have worked hard. Okay. We got the Devil card. Look at this. Isn't that a fantastic Devil card? We got the One of Wands or the Ace of Wands. And we got the 7 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. What are 5 of Chalices or 5 of Cups? What I noticed about this is this almost this energy of exhaustion. You guys are tired. You guys were tired, but it has paid off. It's like I said, your hard work has paid off. You've been very focused on what it is that you've wanted, like a Shaolin master, which requires so much discipline and so much focus, because you wanted to reap the rewards. You wanted to harvest something. And guess what? You did it. And I think for a lot of you, it was a home. You really, it's definitely something material. You had something that you wanted and you were willing to work really long hours for it to the point of exhaustion. And it feels very homey, very motherly. Cancer energy here, mother energy sometimes. Home, happiness around the home. It really feels like for a lot of you, that's what it was. You were trying to manifest something in an actual new home or a renovation on your home, or help around the home, maybe even domestic around the home, that gave you opportunities to spend more time with your family. Someone to come in and clean because you're working so hard, and it's hard to face that at the end of the day when you have other responsibilities and honestly other things that you want to do instead of clean house. So it's definitely, I feel, related to the home for a lot of you. I'm trying to see what else it could be. It's definitely something you desired and something in the material realm. If it was not a home, maybe a new car or an RV so you could travel around the country, or what other things do people... This is big though. It's not... I mean, you really have been working hard on it and you manifested it this year. And you might have been working on this for many, many years. Maybe a new boat. Absolutely something material. But here's what about this thing that you have manifested. I think you're getting good news about it right about now, because that's what you're so grateful for this Thanksgiving. The news is coming in that this thing is a go. This thing is moving forward. Although this does feel like, you know, it's cozy. It's a celebration around the home. It's like, harvest time with friends and family and all of that. Whatever this thing is that you were trying to manifest in the material realm, that you are manifesting, and you're very grateful that you manifested it, it is because of this. It's because of the Ace of Wands, which means a new life. It has more action and passion and drive and do and go in it. So it does feel like whatever this is that you've manifested helps you to start fresh in your whole life in some way. I do want to say that side message again. I do feel like that some of you have found a pet friend this year, and you're very, very grateful for that pet. Whether this is a dog, but it might not be a dog. It could be a cat, or it could be some other, could be a lizard. I don't know. It could be some other animal that maybe you wanted it for a long time, and you're very grateful that you finally got it, and it's going very well with this pet. Like, they do feel like it's your new best friend. Okay, that's very clear to me for you guys, like what you're grateful for this Thanksgiving, that your hard work has paid off. Whatever it is that you have been trying to manifest, it's happening. You've done it. Congratulations. So now I want to see what you're going to have to be grateful for in the next 30 days. What blessing is coming in that you're going to be grateful for? So you got the 9 of Water and Peach. These are Herb Crafter Tarot cards or oracle cards. No, it's a tarot. 9 of Water, so that would be the 9 of Cups. That is manifesting what you want. Yes, that's a manifestation card for sure. Okay, so this is the next 30 days. What blessing is coming in the next 30 days that you will be grateful for? I'm just gonna get 3 or 4 of these. We'll see. Bird flying. News is on the way. Yes, you got that in the last one with that Page of Wands. The news is coming in for y'all. All right, what else? Key. Successful outcome to your problems. Also the key to a house. I'm still feeling that house. Wall. Misunderstanding. And I'm going to go one more on this one. To put right under that 9 of Cups or 9 of Water. Scissors, disappointment in some affair. What is that about? We'll dig into that a little bit. But let's see, first of all, with the tarot, with the Universal Weight Tarot, what is coming in the next 30 days? What blessing that you're going to be grateful for? Show us the blessing that's coming in the next 30 days. I'm not taking all those. That's too many. I just want one more. One more. Coming in next 30 days. I already know what it is. That's why I don't want to pull too many more cards. Okay. The Emperor. The 4 of Wands. The Knight of Swords. And the 2 of Pentacles. All right. Show us. Show us what is coming in the next 30 days. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll be more open-minded about it. What's coming in for pile 2 they're going to be grateful for? The 9 of Wands. the Three of Chalices or the Three of Cups. Celebration, celebration. The Knave of Pentacles, which is a Knight of Pentacles in Universal Tarot, and the Three of Swords. Okay. We're going to end up down here, so I want to talk about this. You guys, okay, so the blessing that's coming in for you guys is, I feel like you're kind of on the cusp of the news is what, because you got the news in what you have to be grateful for this Thanksgiving, and you got the news and what you have to be grateful for in the next 30 days. It's like on the cusp of getting the news about the successful completion of this project or the successful manifestation of whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, still getting house. But again, take it as it resonates. It may be something different for you. Both of these cards, happiness around the home, celebration, celebration. So I want you to know that first, because you're definitely getting your wish. The Nine of Cups, whatever it is that you've been wishing for, you're definitely getting it. It is not going to be without a few complications. And that's what I want you to be aware of here. And this is a blessing for you. So it's what you are going to be grateful for in the next 30 days, even if you don't feel like in the beginning that you are. And I feel that with this Knave of Pentacles, which would be the Knight of Pentacles, slow moving energy, sometimes delays serve us. Doesn't seem like it always, but it always serves us. So whatever this delay is, the problem, and Mercury is retrograde to the 29th of this month. So there could be, and I'm feeling it, like misunderstandings in communications. And look, crumpled paper here, like frustration with a move, right? Got keys here. It's good. There's a move here. We're moving into this new house, but it does not come without its complications. Try to be patient and try to find the blessing in the disappointments or the delays or whatever it is, the exhaustion, the frustration. I know that's not easy to do. But I keep coming back to divine timing. It's in divine timing. So it serves you in whatever way to not be able to celebrate until the end. And I do feel like this is the end of the 30 days. So fluctuating emotions as we're going through this process. Things are very frustrating. You're exhausted sometimes. You don't understand things sometimes. There are delays on their end. There are delays on your end. It's bureaucracy. I mean, it's just the paperwork. It's all about the paperwork at this point, right? But you do get your wish, and hold on to that, because that is definitely what you're going to be grateful for, okay? Hold on to it. It's coming, even despite the frustrations that you have to go through. Since I am feeling the home, let's see what else. I might do work and career. And I think that would be it. So these are maybe money and prosperity. I think I'll do these two. Because what your hard work could be, what could be paying off on your hard work is a promotion or a job or something that gives you the material things that you want to. So what these are manifesting affirmations, and they're by category. So I wanted to get you some affirmations as you're going through the next 30 days to kind of help this process along. If they resonate with you, put it in your arsenal of other affirmations that I'm sure you do every day. If it doesn't resonate with you, just let it go. So I'm going to pull one for the dream homes and one for work and career, just in case that's what you guys are manifesting. Again, whatever this is, this Nine of Cups is, this wish fulfillment for you, this material thing that you are trying to manifest here, whatever it is for you, Do not worry about it. It is happening, even though there might be frustrations along the way. Okay, for with Dream Homes, you got, I spend uplifting rainbow energy. No, I'm sorry, not spend. I send uplifting rainbow energy to everywhere in the world to raise positivity and bring peace and love to all beings. This is really just about raising your vibration, which helps through all of these kinds of things. It helps through all of these processes. When you raise your vibration, it helps smooth it all out. All right, and work and career, let's get a manifestation for you. Again, if it resonates, use it. If not, just let it go. Pile 2, affirmation, work and career. I am open to new opportunities to express my skills and passions in the world. So there you go. I love it. You're manifesting whatever your heart's desire, whatever that is, in the next 30 days. Keep the faith. You're definitely doing it. And try to raise your vibration when the frustrating things start happening. I do know that you have this to be grateful for this Thanksgiving season, but I'm sure you have so many other things to be grateful for. And that is exactly why I love Thanksgiving. I love the premise behind the holiday. It is just a moment set aside to appreciate all the things that we have in our lives and to be grateful for them. Though we should do that every day, you know, sometimes we forget. Until next time, I am sending you lots of light and love. Take care. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 3, these are going to be your messages, your gratitude messages for this Thanksgiving. The first part of this reading is going to be what you have to be grateful for right now. And then the second part will be what's coming up, what blessings are coming up in the next 30 days for you to be grateful for. Pile 3 had the Moonstone on it, and also the Zodiac signs of Scorpio, Aries, Capricorn, and Leo. Do not worry. If those are not your signs, they are not the official signs for this pile. They're just a way to help other people pick. I like to pick with Zodiac signs, so that's why I use those. I have pulled some oracle cards, and I will probably, this one's for the next part of it, but I'll probably wait until we're done and it's all together to talk about them and see how they play into the reading as a whole. So with the spirit of the animals, you got dolphin, play, swim in the happy joy of living, inhale confidence and exhale fear, dive into your wisdom, go with the flow. Interesting. With the goddess spirit oracle, you got Freya. Oh my gosh, I love Freya. Warrior, your power and determination. Strong, strong, strong woman. Goddess Freya was. So with the Sedona oracle, I haven't pulled these out in a while, but Spirit was telling me to do it. So you got desert spirit, love from creator. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. That's just a hug from the universe right there. Isn't that nice? And the last card is the time travelers, and you got number 37, stillness, a Zen monastery in Japan. Stillness. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to pull some universal weight tarot first. Let me cleanse them. I forgot to cleanse them last time, so pile 1 bled into the pile 2. Pile 3. Pile 3. What does pile 3 have to be thankful for this? Be grateful for this Thanksgiving. What does pile 3 have to be grateful for this Thanksgiving? What does pile 3 have to be grateful for this Thanksgiving? Magician, the Devil, the Emperor. Okay, this is interesting. What else? What does pile 3 have to be grateful for? The Nine of Cups and the Six of Cups. This is a very interesting reading. All right, just additional messages or clarification for pile 3 and what they have to be grateful for. Right now, Thanksgiving. Got the Ace of Swords. The Six of Chalices, which is the Six of Cups. So you got that twice. And you have the Hierophant. Taurus energy. People who are in the know. This is an apothecary. People in the know. King of Cups here. Over here, this is almost like a hug from the universe. It's like very, especially down here, it's very still. It's very, you don't have to do anything. The universe is saying, I've got you. This element of play is like a message to, don't forget that it's very important, children over here, to play like a child sometimes, because there's a serious world out there and it's not always fun, but we have to do it as adults, whether we want to or not. But there's happiness in living, and that pursuit alone is worth the time and attention that you put into it. The joy, the happiness, the fun, the stillness, the spiritual things. Now, that's what's happening here. What's happening here is very earthy stuff. We got mastering basically the material world. That's what this is all saying. You have the tools that you need to manifest whatever it is that you want. Definitely. When it comes to business, this is the Father order. It's business. It's money, establishing your credentials as an expert in the field, all in the pursuit of material success, mastering the material world. But why do I feel like this came from all of this? This came from the spiritual alignment that you've been working on this year, and the spiritual lessons that you've been learning, and the spiritual knowledge that you have obtained in this last year about meditating and finding answers in meditation that makes manifesting the things that you want flow, that makes it easy. And remembering that playing and having the heart of a child and the curiosity of a child is way more important than all of this material stuff. So if you do this, if you take care of the spiritual and do all this, this is easy. And that's what you guys are grateful for this year, because you figured that out. The Ace of Swords is a new beginning, but it's a hard-won new beginning that comes from struggle, that comes from, wow, that was rough. This feels like a life lesson that you guys have learned this year that is making your life easy. This is a manifestation card, This is a manifestation card. You guys are getting your wishes. You're getting what you want, but you're getting it in the most beautiful way. The gratitude is for the lessons, the spiritual lessons that you have learned this year. And boy, have they helped you in so many ways. You're using your own power. You've tapped into your own power. And the power is less is more. You don't have to fight. You don't have to strive. You don't have to struggle. You have to be still and let the answer come to you in the stillness. In the meditation, the answers come to you. In listening to spirit, the answers come to you. In playing, this frees you up. Particularly, I say this all the time. There is a reason that advertising agencies have games, fun and games in their offices. They have like hoops that you can play basketball. It's all fun and games because this is where you create from. In a place when you're not worried and there's not the anxiety, you're just free, you're just having fun. You're playing like a child. This is where you're manifesting from. And what a beautiful lesson to learn. I'm so happy for y'all. I mean, I'm not here yet. I'm trying. You've just given up the struggle for letting God take care of it and enjoying the process along the way. It's a beautiful spiritual lesson, and I can see exactly why you're very grateful for this Thanksgiving. It's beautiful. Okay. I want to see what is coming up, what blessing is coming up in the next 30 days that you are going to be grateful for that too. Let's just see. You got the 8 of Air, Licorice. These are Herb Crafter Tarots. I love these cards. They're so pretty. I don't use them very often, but Spirit was telling me to use them. 8 of Air. So that would be the 8 of Swords. And then I want to get some of these. We'll just get a few. 3 or 4, whatever. These are kind of hard to shake up, but it doesn't matter. There's so many in there. I mean, you can just, you would never get the same one twice, probably. They're all shook up. What else for pile 3? The next 30 days. Well, great worry over nothing. That goes together. All right. Fan, romance, celebration, party. What else for pile 3 in the next 30 days? I got 2, so I'm going to take them. Weeping Willow, family sorrow, and basket, recognition or reward for merit. Okay, I have some thoughts about that, but I'm going to save that for a moment, and we'll see what the universal weight, what's coming up in the next 30 days. What blessings coming up in the next 30 days. One more. At least one more. Maybe 2. One more. Is that it? One more pass through. There we go. Okay, you got Strength, 3 of Swords, the Tower, the 8 of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. Pile 3, the next 30 days, what blessings to be grateful for? Okay, what do we got here? the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Chalices, or the Knight of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. That's a decision. Okay, so the big message that kind of was surprising to me after such a beautiful reading, and maybe that's why Spirit has been working with you this year to get more, I guess more Zen-like, because it's in preparation for something that's coming up here in the next 30 days. I do feel like there's a family thing going on. The Eight of Air is anxiety. The Whale says great worry over nothing. The Weeping Willow says family sorrow. Three of Swords can be illnesses or heartbreak or something like that. Comes in very unexpectedly. Whatever this situation is, it does require your strength. So maybe that's why you've been building your spiritual arsenal this year, because this is going to require some strength on your part. I am drawn to this card that says great worry over nothing. So it does feel like it's going to resolve, even though there will be some anxiety about it in the short term. And a lot of times there's anxiety about stuff like this just because it's unexpected. Some people are not very good at surprises. I'm not. I want, you know, because I pride myself on having intuition and be able to see things coming a mile away. So things that surprise me, that come in suddenly like that, it does take me by surprise a little bit and throws me for a loop a little bit, because I'm just used to knowing what's coming up. This is something that you didn't see coming, but I guess the advice here would be to use the lessons that you've learned in the last year about the meditation and the spirituality and being still, and also remembering to play, even though there might be some things that are going on that are unpleasant to deal with. For some of you, I do feel like it's related to a situation, and this might not be a family situation, but for some of you, I think you're leaving something because of what is going on here. This unexpected problem that's coming up here, it causes you to leave a situation. Both of these are about, this is moving on, this is taking your leave. This is like a situation that started out good and maybe has become a circus. This is moving on because there's something else for you out there. There's something better for you. Like, this is not the end all be all. Where you're at is not everything that you want. So you're going out to pursue that ninth cup. But both of these are about leaving a situation. So I do feel for some of you, whatever this is that's coming up here, it does cause you to leave a job, leave a friend group, leave a party. I don't know. Leave a spiritual community, something. There's something here that is causing you to take your leave from a situation. But it's okay. It's like I said, it turns out fine. We've got the Eight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. This does almost feel like this could be work related, and some of you are getting another job, even though you might be leaving this job, and that was unexpected. You didn't want to, or you didn't see it coming, but in the end you have to leave this job, but you got another one right behind it, and it's good. I do feel like there might be a little bit of fluctuating finances in the process of this, or juggling things emotionally, or juggling responsibilities. There's some juggling that's going on here in the next month while all of this is happening. But it ends up, first of all, you're strong enough to handle it. You can do it. And you're strong enough because of what you've learned this year, because of where you've been this year. That's why you're strong enough to handle it. But you can. And then you move forward. And the Knight of Chalices feels like more love coming in here. And I feel like this is more, whereas in the first part of the reading, the love was on the spiritual level that's coming in here. It's like this big old hug from the universe. I feel like there's this big old hug coming in here. But this feels like from people. It's coming in from family members who you're particularly close to, or it's coming in from a friend who recognizes what's going on with you and that you just need some support. You're getting support through this process in the next month. Whatever this shakeup is, and I do feel like there is going to be a shakeup. There's nothing else to say about that. I know it sucks, but you are strong enough to handle it, and that's why we do these readings, is to see what's coming up and get advice from Spirit on what to do and how to handle it. You are golden. You're getting help not only from the Spirit and from the divine and from the lessons that you've learned in the past year. You're also getting help from your friends and family who's coming in here to support you during whatever this is, and it's just a shake up. Don't worry too much about it because it's going to be fine. It's all good. New beginning comes out of it. Even if you don't understand necessarily what's happening at the time, it does cause a new beginning. All right, that's all I have for pile 3. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love and wishing you a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know that this is one thing that you have to be grateful for this Thanksgiving, and I'm sure there's millions of other things to be grateful for. That is why I love this holiday so much. It is a time that we actually set aside to appreciate the things that we have in our lives and the people that we have in our lives. Although we should be grateful every day, sometimes we forget. So I love that there's just this opportunity to reflect on all of the wonderful things in our lives. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care.